This story was on Reddit. The gentleman said this, right-winger. California is my birthplace and home. Before visiting, I made towels. I joined MGTOW full-time because I was tired of being duped by women. I relied on your knowledge. Female observations vary. Once home, I found them. At work and in public, female coworkers and strangers noticed me more. Women wanting to talk to me was incomprehensible at first. They stutter when talking to me. My poker face makes them stumble and second-guess themselves now that the tables have turned, and they must prove themselves. I've also spoken to some 9s, despite dating only 5 women. All of this has made me realize what a fool I was for seeking women who were undeserving of me. I initially thought my new lifestyle would be criticized. However, the response has been mostly positive, and a few ladies have even said they don't go out on weekends either. If I have free time, I'll go to the gym or read a good book. I'm much freer than my married friends. I have much more time. My girlfriends who had girlfriends spent most of our time complaining about their lives. Some guys have expressed interest in that lifestyle as a career. MGTOW discussions make people agree with me. I told people I was tired of dating and looking for a partner when they asked why I was single. I quit those activities and lived alone. My tale ends here. This shows how deprioritizing women's relationships can boost a man's value. You would lose their interest if you paid attention to those women, especially the 9s and 10s. Females are like this. Fortunately, women often struggle to accept that some men will simply ignore them. It's unrelated to events. Straight men never reject women. Thus, it surprises them when it happens. It makes people want things they cannot have now. Most of these women have father-daughter issues. A man's indifference brings back childhood memories. She remembers being ignored, and they grow closer. They want to know why the man ignores her. Women face a full-blown crisis when men treat them like they are unimportant. If they're insufficient for one man, they may be for others. They will also blame your homosexuality for their insecurities. To put it simply, ignoring women is bad for the brain, and they will try to prove their worth. When you're single, happy, and successful, you're like a mirror reflecting women's fears. Women actively prevent such men from spreading accurate information about women. When men play the monk and start talking about women, most women get defensive and may accuse men of being biased. They chastise men for excluding women. They fear your content bachelor damage. If any single women agree with this man, they are hurting their chances of meeting a decent person and reassuring him that his way of life is okay and validating him through their actions. Despite his inaccessibility, they want to start dating him. If a beautiful woman's life is appended, she can't stay calm. She doubts her own authority after a heterosexual man rejected her. Her emotions never change. Outside. She agrees with you, but she is going crazy because a man ignores her most of the time, and you will be vilified. If you say you're going MGTOW or no longer chasing women, people will assume you hate women. Previously, these women are trying to keep these men from spreading their message and tarnishing their reputations. MGTOW will also lead to demonetization. YouTube has many female leaders, including the CEO. If women ran the government, this subscriber story could easily predict the rules. There is little resistance because he is not actively spreading the information. They say he is isolated and cannot talk to other men about his thoughts and feelings. I think MGTOW has always existed. It now has its own ideology, language, and acronyms. Due to its followers' simultaneous internet dissemination, women find this part the hardest. Due to the internet, rumors and ideas can be easily gathered and spread quickly. Women are more aware of gossip's power to discredit and spread ideas. They know that gossip that specifically targets them reduces their perceived value, making them more vulnerable to harm. They're less appealing, which reduces their white knight appeal. Forced marriage used to keep a man as family head. In today's society, a guy can be pressured into getting married, and then the government can take his family. Smart and successful men are slowly becoming aware of the various movements and policies that work against them. These men work the hardest and expect the most. They are smart enough to avoid being ruined by women and will focus on making the top 20. They could advance their fitness careers. These have the most reason to oppose migtile women because feminist groups have radicalized them the most, which is great. You can now exercise and spend more time reading and appreciating life. While other couples work extra hours to save for a house and argue about their future. While the married guy is suffering to bathe once a week, this other guy is expanding his vocabulary and building six-packs. Modern society makes bachelorhood harder and more expensive to discourage it. To enjoy life more, I suggest all men get a part-time job. It would be great if One Action could do both. Because so many people don't save enough for retirement, you must prioritize this. You could even buy a home for yourself. By cutting costs, you can buy better real estate, which will boost your financial value and make you more attractive to women. My crazy dream is to own many houses, turn them into vintage rentals and give tours. Demonstrations will include women and staff. Life is about more than women. Be self-sufficient and have fun. Young men tend to focus on women, but older men advise against it. Worthless. When you're older, you realize how much you've accomplished. You were too preoccupied with that gym girl to do any of it. To help us, please watch this video. Please subscribe and send this video to anybody you think will benefit from it the most.